ये जाम किसका?
Good evening, ma'am.
During good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening.
Dheeraj sir,
Good
Yeah,
evening. 2 minutes. I'll join.
madam,
no
the
problem.
participants are joining, madam.
మీరు
So
ఎప్పుడైనా
we'll
ఇవ్వండి కానీ
start
నాకు
within
మెంటల్
10
టెన్షన్
minutes.
ఉండొద్దు. మీరు కూర్చొని మాట్లాడుకుని ఉంటే అయిపోయేదానికి
Requesting everyone to mute yourself.
Dear participants, please mute yourself.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good
Namaste.
evening. Yes.
This is Dr. J. Hari, Dean R&D from KJ Ladies, ma'am.
Yeah.
ఎలా ఉన్నారు మ్యామ్? బాగున్నారు మ్యామ్?
Yeah. Very fine. How are you all?
I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll start the session in 2 minutes, ma'am. In 6:10
Sure.
like that.
Sure.
Participants will
Sure.
join slowly. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Fine. Thank you.
నీ దాంట్లో కూడా పెట్టాను.
Samyukta ma'am, shall we start? Dheeraj sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Shall I
Dheeraj
start, sir?
will start. We'll start the
Yes,
session.
sir.
Shall I start, sir?
Yeah. Yes, Dheeraj, please.
Yeah, okay, sir. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to all for today's session of Atal Faculty Development Program on Harnessing Sustainable Energy for Climate Resilience. I'm G. Dheeraj Kumar, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering. It's my privilege to introduce today's our esteemed speaker, Dr. K. Nagasujata, ma'am. She is currently working as Assistant Professor in Electronic Engineering Department at JN2H. She accomplished BE Electrical Engineering from OU College of Engineering, Usmania University, MTech from JNTU College of Engineering, JNTU Hyderabad, and PhD from AU College of Engineering, Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. She has 25 years of experience in academic research and administration. Her research work published in 30 international national journals and 25 publications at international conferences. Completed a research project on development of power sharing methods for hybrid multiple subgrids. She published 2 Indian patents and filed 2 more international patents deriving from her research work. Visited Nanyang Technical University, Singapore, and NPTI New Delhi to present the papers. She worked as head Department of Electrical Engineering, JNTUH UCE ESTH Hyderabad, and Department of Electrical and Electrical Engineering at JNTU College of Engineering. Deputy Directorate UGC HRDC JNTUH. In addition, she served as Coordinator AICTE NCC IP JNTUH, University Nodal Officer Telangana State Council of Higher Education, MHRD AISHE, Coordinator for Spoken Tutorial Project IIT Bombay, Nodal Officer for National Digital Payments Mission of UGC MHRD New Delhi, and Nodal Officer for UGC Students Grievance Redressal Cell JNTUH. She addressed several guest lectures, conducted 5 international conferences, 4 research courses, and 12 national level symposiums. She is a fellow member of Institute of Engineers, senior member of IEEE, member of ISTE, MSSI, and core committee member, Energy Conservation Mission, Institute of Engineers, Hyderabad. Convener, co-convener, chief guest, and session chair about 30 national and international and national technical events are in her credit. She acts as a reviewer and editorial member for several national and international journals. So now I'm requesting you, madam, to continue from here. Now I'm handing over this session to our speaker, Dr. Naga Sujata, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Madam, good. Madam,
Akshara,
Madam, I'm sharing the screen. Yes.
Yeah, you'll share?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Oh, okay, I'll stop.
I hope it's visible, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Can you make it as a full screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, better. Shall I start?
Yes, ma'am.
I think again it is became not full screen. Slideshow on Jema. Yeah, better. Thank you. Video is not necessary, na?
Not necessary, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, good evening, all the participants. I hope you are learning right advanced topic of sustainable energy, and I congratulate the coordinators for their efforts and college management for success for this course. They are doing. They have selected a right topic at right time. Hope all the participants are getting benefited by this topic. Am I right? Any response from participants? Can you message or can any of you tell?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good. I hope again today you are having one more vibrant session for you. Hope definitely you will enjoy the session. So I think tomorrow is the last day. So connecting this particular a little challenge for me at the end, at the introduction means we can. Is my audio clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So I hope everybody taking a session at the last is a little challenging one, because already you come across all the topics. So you got the enough level of knowledge. We will hope. So I thought, okay, let me connect whatever you have learned throughout this faculty development program with different aspects. That's what the theme of the today's session, connecting the future, sustainable energy towards future transportation. As you know, now it's the era of renewable energy everywhere, because all the non-conventional energy sources, you know about, I think as speakers, coordinators informed, it is a combination of all the branches. So that's why, but I think everybody know now era of the renewable energy. So renewable energy is nothing but solar, wind, and all the cases, hybrid power. So I'll give you an example. I think participants, if I can able to go through the participants, then maybe better for me to deliver the session easily. Yeah. So here, what is happening is solar power and everything, hybrid energy. So far, you have discussed about solar energy or renewable energies or non-conventional. So you have an idea about the conventional energy sources and conventional power. So whatever you are able to see these thermal power stations or hydropower stations, nuclear power stations, everything, as we know, all that comes as a conventional power stations or power generation. So now it's the era for non-conventional or renewable energy. So entire globe is shifting towards energy generation from renewable sources. That's what you have, I think last 4 days you have listened the various types of the renewable energy sources, which are usually solar, wind, tidal, geothermal or biodiesel. So now what came in my mind, already you are aware of all these renewable energy sources and their products. So I thought, okay, let me discuss the most advanced topic, how this renewable energy or sustainable energy sources can be clubbed for or can be utilized for transportation area. So that's today's topic. And this session consists of global energy scenario, Indian energy scenario, energy systems, classification of energy systems, and the sustainable energy, whatever the energy we will use for transportation systems, like advanced at present. Now every research and in general entire globe is moving towards electrical and autonomous vehicles. So we will discuss about this cluster and the potential of sustainable energy to power and transform the future autonomous transportation. So here, what we are doing in EV or AV. So what is EV? EV is an electrical vehicle. AV, it is an autonomous vehicle. Now, already you covered the renewable energy. So this renewable energy, how we will utilize in the transportation system. So this is the overview of the energy systems. Basically, whatever the nuclear energy or thermal energy or hydro energy. Earlier, all these conventional energy sources we have used 1950s. They are developed, and before 1970s we don't we are restricted our power generation only to conventional sources. Then people started thinking about the other alternatives. As we know, all these conventional sources are at depletion layer, so all these are available naturally in the nature. So we cannot to regenerate these natural sources is a difficult task. Then people started research what is the alternative, and not only this, environmental awareness also we got into picture. the energy crisis and growing environmental concerns, all these made, then started, and we could able to see the transformation or a growth of this renewable energy from 1980s onwards. There is a significant advancements made in renewable energy technologies, including solar, wind, and hydroelectric powers. So this particular one of the drawback or one of the limitation, I won't say as a drawback, the renewable energy has a always, if you are generating the solar power, so that particular solar power, as we know, it is limited only during the daytime. So what is the next thing we have to focus? Energy storage. That energy generated must be storage. So after progressing the research and came into the existence of renewable energy, then one of the challenge people faced is a energy storage. So after 2010 onwards, people focused or researchers focused more on a not only renewable energy, parallelly we have to think about the energy storage systems also. From 10 onwards, it came advances in battery technology and energy storage systems became the crucial part. So power we have generated. So what is the problem here? The conventional power is not sufficient as per the demand and it will be depletion stage. So as I to overcome this problem, people started doing research. Then they found about the renewable energy. So when we started generating the renewable energy, so what has happened? Energy storage is a problem. Then after the energy storage, the generated power from the renewable energy, it must be connected to the grid. To utilize that particular generated power, it must be connected to the grid. So the smart grids and sustainability focused more from 2020 onwards. So now we are generating the renewable power and enough technologies came to store that particular power, and we have to focus how we will integrate the power generated to the grid, how it can be useful for the sustainable energy. Next. So this is the rough global energy scenario. The global renewable energy as of 2024 with 666 gigawatts of new capacity added in solar PV and wind power. You can visit the sites of MNRE, Ministry of Renewable Energy Systems, so that every time you can update this. These are the latest figures. What is our power generation? So here, from solar PV capacity, it is increased almost 15%. Whether incentives given by the government, or if you see, I think you can able to see all these so many schemes, solar rooftops, they are giving subsidy, or if you are using in a renewable power generation, so to encourage the customers, they are giving lot of schemes and subsidies. So with that, it is increased around 15%. And wind power, it is not, it is again, even though it is a renewable power, it comes at a not at domestic level. We cannot generate the power. It needs it must be far away from the cities. It need a wind power. Again, as we know, whenever we have to generate the power, the minimum wind speed we needed is 5 meter per second. So at our level, it cannot be possible. So it at rural papers or stay away a little far places we will get. So there with over 35% of the wind power also increased, and hydropower, it is 20 to 30 gigawatts annually. It is changing. See, these are the as of now, as per the MNRE data, the powers we are generating. And globally, at global level, it is expected to increase over 5,520 gigawatts of the power generation during the 25. Next. So this is what global energy, which is a combination of all the sources like that blue is oil, coal. So this particular 30 and 26 are natural gas, hydropower, nuclear, and renewable power. Next. So this is the each applications. So whatever the generated power, it must be consumed. So 40% generally we are utilizing for industrial purposes, 25% utilized for transportation purpose, and 20% for residential, 10% commercial, and 3% agriculture, and 2% others. Next. So these are the global industrial sector. Just now we have seen that particular industries, we are having a different types of industries, and these are the criteria wise like manufacturing, food processing, mining, and textiles. So these are the distribution of the energy consumed among the industry sector. Next. So this is the annual growth rate of India's population and energy consumption for the year 23-24. If you go through so if you see completely it is changing. The population growth, as per it is not energy growth also, it is increasing a lot. Next. So this is what? Bridging the gap, sustainable energy and future mobility. As we know, these are the, as of now, latest data of our energy we are generating from the renewable energy. So if you observe this, 45% of the energy we are utilizing during this particular transportation sector. So now people started thinking about it. Suppose if we reduce or if we increase the renewable, reduce the conventional fuels utilization, and if we increase the renewable energy based or sustainable energy sources in transportation sector, we can do wonders. We can improve. Suppose this particular at signals and everything, lot of oil will be wasted. So it is energy loss will be very more. That means our country, because all that particular thing we have to import from other countries, so it will reduce. It is falling our country's GDP. So one of the major sector where we can restrict the wastage and we can increase our GDP is a transportation sector. So there comes the utilization of renewable energy or sustainable energy sources. Now it's very, very important for us to concentrate more and towards the transportation sector. So this transportation accounts, previous slide, go back. Transportation sector accounts a significant portion of the global energy consumption with traditional vehicles, because all the traditional vehicles heavily reliant on fossil fuels. Now as an alternative, what we can do, we can found the solution by using the sustainable transition. That means that is shift towards electric and autonomous vehicles. Next slide. So this is some of why this transformation is needed towards the renewable energy sources or renewable energy, why we have to use renewable energy sources. So the global push for renewable energy adoption aligns perfectly with the growing demand of EVs and AVs and energy storage and smart grids, and all these can be optimized with the AI techniques. That particular thing is very useful. So that's why the renewable energy sources must be included in transportation system. Next. Yeah, suppose if we use the renewable energy sources in transportation system, so what are the advantages? So the main advantage, it will reduces the emissions. If you reduce the emission, as we know, everywhere now today's burning topic is greenhouse emissions or pollution levels. if you observe this particular pollution levels, it is increasing due to all these vehicle pollutions. So that can be reduced. And energy efficiency, it can be optimize the energy consumption, that energy consumption. And nowadays, if you see everywhere, we are speaking about the smart cities. These particular smart cities can be integrated very easily. Suppose if we go for autonomous vehicles. So this is exclusively today's
Hello,
topic.
sir. Hello,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, tell me. Am I audible? Hello, Samyukta.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
madam.
Ma'am, you're audible, ma'am.
Yes,
you're
ma'am, you are
audible.
audible.
Yeah, any doubts? Anyone has
Yes, ma'am.
unmuted? Any problem? Ma'am, you
Maybe
can
it's
continue. ma'am.
unmuted. Madam, please
Put it to full screen, ma'am. So this can be used for smart cities. Nowadays, latest topic is smart cities. So for this smart cities, mostly we have to integrate the smart city infrastructure that can be used again with the renewable energy. So like this, there are several advantages which will be utilized exclusively, exclusion of renewable energy sources towards the transformation of transportation. Next. Yeah. So why this particular transportation or vehicles must be replaced the old era? So now if you see, if you are going able to see, if you go out, you can able to see so many electrical bikes and electrical cars. Even it can reach to us if you are at any signal, if you observe all these particular green board. What is that green nameplate? It includes the EV. So in near future, this EV or electrical vehicles will replace by autonomous vehicles. So earlier, before this electrical vehicle or autonomous vehicles, what is the earlier cars used to be? That is used by internal combustion engines. So this internal combustion engines ruled for several years, roughly from 1800 like that. It ruled till 2010. So why we have used so many IC engines is earlier, that is the first car engine. It is evolved, then more than a centuries it is utilized. So these are the IC engines. It is dominantly it is occupied. Then later, because of the next slide, because of over the century we have used, but again in diesel or a petrol, again it uses a natural resource like diesel or a petrol or a gas, like that. So that's why slowly people turning towards the electrical vehicle. But as a part of this electrical vehicle, again, just now in the first slide, renewable energy, if we are using, again, we have to taken care of the storage system. That's what EVs, even though we are using and it is growing a lot after the 2010, it is having the drawbacks like low energy density of the batteries, high cost of the battery production scale, and short driving range. These are some of the drawbacks of the, or limitation, I won't say as a drawback, some of the limitations of electrical vehicles. Next slide. Next. So this is what, basically when you are, we will speak about the electrical vehicles. These electrical vehicles are divided into various categories like battery electric vehicle or hybrid electric vehicle, or plug-in hybrid electrical fuel cell, depending on how we are using the electric energy sources and power trains. These are some of the electric vehicles. and full as of now, people, if you are going for a long distance, so if you are traveling for long distance, always you will think, if suppose if we battery will be a battery charge will be over, what is that? So then people started thinking about this hybrid electrical vehicles. Similarly, for suppose if you are going for a high heights at that particular guard roads and everything, so you need a lot of torque. So in those cases we need, so like this, as a combination of the features, they have developed a lot of electrical vehicles. Next. So these are what the different types, and this is again all these particular electrical vehicles, it is gained the attention because zero emission operation. And nowadays, if you see one of other technology, if you remember, if you come across hydrogen cells, so all this there are multiple areas which are evolving to overcome all the drawbacks of even electrical vehicle or earlier, because when we see earlier mobile phone, it is a very big piece. Now if we see whatever the all these electronic devices we are having, again with always we'll found these particular advancements. So this is the era of advancements. So we can't restrict ourselves for a older things. Always, if you see your mobile, what it is doing for a period of time, it is your software will be updated, and like that we have to update with the all other options. Next. So this is what electrical vehicle criteria, it emerged as a promising solution, and it is nowadays slowly it is replacing all internal combustion engine vehicles. And these are some of the advantages. In 2020, there were 10 million electrical vehicles worldwide. And if you see the statistics, 25% of the fossil fuel CO2 gas reduced due to these electrical vehicles. Next. And these are the other benefits of electrical vehicle. So it is environmental. Now everybody thinking about the environmental aspects. And EVs will reduce the noise pollution in urban areas. Next. Yeah, this is a difference you can see. Internal combustion engine. So in case of the internal combustion engine and electrical vehicle, so these are the types, various types. So in this internal combustion engine, you can use a auto engine or a diesel engine. In electrical vehicle, we can use all these four categories just now we have discussed. So for this, source of energy is a fossil gas or a diesel or a petrol. Or here what in electrical vehicle, battery. In hybrid electrical vehicle, we will use both fossil fuel and battery, and fossil fuel or battery. In battery vehicle, it will run only by the battery. And here we use a H2 fuel and fuel cell. So for this, we need, these are the powertrains we use as an electrical vehicle. To move that particular vehicle, we need a combination of engine and motor. So if you see in IC engine, only engines. So here what we are having, engine motor, hybrid engine motor. These two fully battery, we are using only the motors. So these are the, if you observe the emissions in internal combustion engine, we have a lot of emissions. Here also in hybrid, again we are using a combination, that's why we have emitter. So if you are going only pure electrical vehicle, then there will not be any emissions. Next. Yeah, the construction and mechanical systems of electrical vehicle is another advantage. And if you see the efficiency, the EVs can convert up to 86% of battery energy into electricity, whereas IC engines utilize only 20% of the fuel energy. So all these parameters, due to that, EVs demonstrate the higher wheel-to-wheel efficiency than IC engines when powered by renewable energy sources. So from all these factors, we can conclude that renewable energy sources coupled with the transportation system like electrical vehicle, it is yielding the better efficiency, and they are more reliable, responsible, and better suited for digital integration. Next. So these are some of the points. So the total cost of the ownership of EVs can be recovered within 5 to 8 years, depending on the vehicle range. And EV owners can obtain additional revenues by participating in primary frequency regulation markets. So these are the few points. So these are already, because here electrical vehicle already existing on road, so I am not concentrating much on electrical vehicle. Now the trend is for autonomous vehicles. So this particular autonomous vehicle, just a small already what you are doing mostly, if you are I will say we are using partly a percentage of the autonomous vehicle, because recent advanced cars or top end cars, so it is provided with all the facilities, like it is connected to GPS, automatically it will tell, it will shows the route. So it is like that. If you conclude that you can do the calls, and it is featured with navigational support, it is also comes under a part of a autonomous vehicle. So here autonomous vehicle, it uses the technology partially or entirely replace the driver in navigating the vehicle while avoiding road hazards and responding to traffic conditions. So advanced topic and present all the research focusing more on autonomous vehicle. So we will discuss a little more about the autonomous vehicle and how renewable energy is utilizing or sustainable energy is yielding with the autonomous vehicles. In case of the autonomous vehicle, what is autonomous vehicle? Fully without a driver, the car will go. But as of now, as of today, fully autonomous vehicles are only at a testing purpose. Fully autonomous vehicles are not game. So these autonomous vehicles will come under 5 categories. Level 1, driver assistance. It will assist the driver. Level 2, driver assistance. Like all our, we are all utilizing the cars. We are taking the map use of Google. So a little advanced. So it is telling go right, left, or direction. It is telling everything. That we can say a partly driver assistance. Second is a level 2. Level 2 is a partial driving automation. So this particular partial driving automation, if you observe, so it will automatically, you will sit on your driver's seat, but all these left, right, or directions, it will, the steering will be controlled by its own. Next is a level 3. So in level 3, conditional driving automation. Suppose if anything has happened, that type of, if some condition if we are putting, if it is, then it comes under as a conditional driving automation. And level 4, high driving automation. And level 5, fully driving automation. So this particular various stages and fully driving automation is only at a now as of now in last month also they are tested with the fully driving automation. So this is actually, this concept was started in the year 1980s, and now and it is designed by Mercedes-Benz Robotics, and completely it is automated driving system, reduce unnecessary braking. Why we have to use autonomous vehicle means it will reduce the unnecessary braking and acceleration, and that wastes the fuel. Next. Yeah, these are the some of the advantages of autonomous vehicles. Modern AVs are developed on understanding their surrounding environments, and it makes the intelligent decision. Suppose, as a human, what we'll do is we will apply more brakes and more race, and we will sometimes we will race somebody if we are overtaken our car, so we will get a lot of emotions. Then what we will do, we will run after that vehicle and we will get satisfied. That if you have a lot of wastage of the fuel, once wastage of the fuel is there, naturally loss of money. So suppose they all are autonomous vehicle, there is no such criteria will be happened. So it will be uses the autonomous vehicle. Generally, it will uses the artificial intelligence techniques, especially deep learning. And the factors included here are methods included here: perception, localization, path planning, motion control, which are the fundamental tasks in the electrical vehicle, and it will illustrate the state of art performance using the deep learning techniques. Next. Yeah, this is what evolution of electric autonomous vehicles from the year 1925 to still from 2000 onwards also it is going on. Till last month also it was stated, hope soon we will get fully automated vehicles on roads. Next. Yeah, so this is what history of autonomous vehicle for various years. It is started in the year 1948 by cruise control method. Then it is in the 1948, actually cars they started with this construction of or engine based vehicles started. Then it is designed for 1999, designed for the short range communications, and in 2007 they got the challenge how to navigate. Then Google assisted in the year 2009 onwards, it is clubbed with Google for self driving. And then in the year 2012, first 14-mile driving test happened in the year 2012. Then slowly other companies like Mercedes, Tesla, they came into picture. And in 15, 16, 16 actually that NHTSA. Then suppose if anything is happening, who will take care? Who will bear that responsibility? So that started by National Highway Road Transport System Transportation Safety Guidelines. They issued some guidelines 2016. Then slowly, because we have to advance so many, there are some multiple challenges are there, that every challenge we have to resolve. Next. So this is what we discussed. There are 5 levels of the levels in autonomous vehicles. 0, no automation. Driver at level 1, driver assistance. At level 2, partial automation. At level 3, conditional automation. 4, high automation. And 5 fully automation. So till now 4 autonomous up to the level 4, they are on the roads of in other countries. Level 5, they are going for the tested power. On last month they have even tested on the roads also, fully automated vehicle. Till it is not customer level, but it is on the tested over. Next. Yeah, always whenever we have to think about the autonomous vehicle, so it must be clubbed with the artificial intelligence. And the current practices of artificial intelligence vehicle helps establish the links between theoretical development in practical implementation. Hello. Next slide, please. Yeah. So these are the reason why we needed autonomous vehicle. Improved safety. So it will reduce all the human errors and traffic efficiency. They will optimize it, always it will be optimized. So it will automatically track all that. So traffic efficiency will be increased accessibility and environmental benefits. Fuel efficiency, it will utilize properly. So that's why fuel will be fuel consumption will be a little reduced compared to human driving. Next slide, please. So with that, what we can say, economic savings, enhanced convenience, and it will be useful for scalability of smart cities. Yeah. Here, so here, what I want to convey with all the participants is, suppose if you are driving a vehicle, so what you are doing? Suppose we are driving a vehicle. So what we have to do? We will see the vehicle. How we are observe the other vehicle in front of our car. Suppose if any car is there, we have to observe that. So through eyes, we will see that vehicle. So eyes means in a car, our eyes will be replaced with the camera. Okay. So after the eyes, what we are doing? We will check the distance, whether we have to go in front or we have to. So we should know where we have to go. Where we have to go means our destination is what? Accordingly, we plan. So for that, we need a GPS system. I'll tell from again. So what we are doing, we have to correlate with the mind. So whether we are going for that or not. So that will be done by the other system. 1 second. So it need a global positioning system. So that means where we have to go. We know the destination where we are starting. That we have an analysis. Now what in an autonomous vehicle, we have to include that feature. So that feature we are including by global positioning system. So for that, we have to see all the directions. That will be done by the second part, light detection and ranging LiDAR. Light detection and ranging. To capture, like our eyes, it need that autonomous vehicle need a cameras. So to correlate all this, what we needed? Ultrasonic sensors. And to coordinate all these things, what we needed? We are doing with our mind. So that's why we are using a central computer. So all these, whatever a man is doing, whatever a human being is doing, we are doing for purposes. We are observing, then we will have to know the distance, then we will drive. Accordingly, we have to change all the left, right, front, back. Accordingly, we have to drive. So all these features are included in our autonomous vehicle. How? First is a global positional system. So this is the autonomous vehicle. If you see, this is the GPS. To track the GPS, we are using a global positioning system, or you can see this antenna. Then light detecting or ranging LiDAR. So this is our LiDAR. Light detection and ranging. And it must be captured by ultrasonic sensors. All these are the sensors. These everything to coordinate all these things, we need a camera. For that we are using. So all these 5 operations we are doing: see, then observe, that will be done by the LiDAR, to capture, camera, to sense this, we need a sensors, to coordinate all this like our mind, we are using a central computer. So now entire human being, whatever they are doing, now all that features we have included in a autonomous vehicle. Next slide, please. These are the physical components of autonomous vehicle. Cameras. It will provide the real-time obstacle detection. Radar. Radar will detect what is the length. And LiDAR. It will illuminate the targets. And GPS. It will tell the distance. That with the help of the sensors, it will predict. And computer is like our brain of the vehicle and receives all the information and it will coordinate. Next slide, please. So to coordinate all these things, that means whatever it is capturing, it has to coordinate. That's why in autonomous vehicle, it will be connected with the artificial intelligence techniques. Majorly deep learning we will use mostly. So this deep learning in autonomous vehicle, such as planning, it has to plan where it has to go, or it has to take the decision whether it has to, suppose if any obstacle is there, stop. If road is clear, you move. Suppose signal is given left or right, we have to take that particular decision making, perception, mapping, and localization. So suppose if you are doing your research on autonomous vehicles or future transportation systems, definitely you have to utilize the deep learning techniques, which will be mostly utilized in and more helpful for this autonomous
One by
vehicles.
one by one.
So
How
here
to-
in deep learning, in general, there are several deep learning techniques are there, which are categorized generally as a convolution neural network, CNNs, recurrent neural networks, RNNs, graph neural networks, GNNs, and deep Q networks, DQN. So mostly I'm not focusing much on the AI techniques. I want to give the overview of these particular electrical vehicle and autonomous vehicles, how we are using for sustainable energy. Yes, next. So this is how we utilize a convolution neural networks input, then it will pull that particular image, then by using the feature learning and classification, it will train and it will tell. This is the structure of convolution networks. Next. This is how deep learning, generally why we use in a deep learning mostly rather than machine learning for autonomous vehicle. Machine learning uses only the task extracted manually from the data. These are the shallow machine learning. So if you observe this, if it will identify only the images, but in case of the deep learning, it features both tasks and direct tasks and both features and task directly from the data. We will see a little, see if you observe the figures there, we are using machine learning, it will learn only. If you see the down figure in the deep learning technique, it is giving, it is training, you can able to see that block learned features. You can observe that particular block, so it is featuring. We will see a little instructions later. Next. So mostly if you're if you want to work on autonomous vehicle, you can concentrate on the deep learning. So these are some of the features we will utilize in autonomous vehicle: perception, control, localization, and planning included in a autonomous vehicle. Next. collect the data, access and explore the data. Just now we have seen the car diagram. So in car diagram, we should know where we have to go. That is our access and explore the data. That data, whatever it is collected, like you are driving your car. So you will start from your home. You have to go to your workplace. So because you know the route, what you are doing, your access and exploring. So what is your access? Your car is with you. At your home you are starting and you are exploring that you have to reach your destination. So that part in a autonomous vehicle, we will replace with a GPS system. Then label and pre-process data. It will train by using all this camera and everything, sensors. It will process where we have to go. Then we will select the network. How? Okay, there is a signal, stop. There is, now it is a left turn, move towards the left turn. So that everything will be taken care by the training. Then it will reach the destination. These are the 5 steps it is included. Next. Yeah, this basic of autonomous vehicle. So this is the statistics of the autonomous vehicle. As of now, in a global market, 24 billion. If you observe the statistics of this autonomous vehicle, in 2020, 1.96 million AVs were sold, and in future across the globe, $24 billion in 2021 and 62. They are aiming at sales of worth $62 billion in 2026. So the adoption rates are expected very high in China, where level 3 and higher AV sales could be 90% sales by 2040. People are thinking 90% of the vehicles are replaced with the autonomous vehicle. Maybe you are surprising. Is it possible? Yes, I'll say it is possible. Suppose if you see in our country, especially why country, if you see in our city, nowadays mostly 50 to 60% bikes are replaced with electrical bikes for short distances. People are using electrical bikes. Around 30 to 40% it is increased with the replaced with the electrical vehicles. And similarly, if you observe earlier, everybody used to purchase only the gear vehicles. So what is the vehicles today? It is replaced with a gearless vehicle. So we can say soon or in 1 or 2 decades, definitely most of the vehicles will be replaced with the autonomous or advanced feature vehicles. Next. So these are the global scenario. You can read later. The market as a global market revenue is reached 2.8 billion in 2023, and by 2029 autonomous sales are expected to surge 41.34 million units, and by 2030 it is projecting more. Next. Suppose if we are doing anything, we have to think about the pros and cons. Similarly, whenever we are using this, people are thinking or moving, research is going on, and around 20% cars are replaced by autonomous vehicle in other countries. Then there are some challenges to be yet to found the solutions about the safety. Suppose if 2 autonomous vehicles crash, who will bear? Because both are autonomous, no drivers at all. Thing is happened. who will bear that? Similarly, ride share companies, suppose if one or two persons, in cars, how it will be? Is it it must be done by, there are few challenges are there, like that hardware and software autonomous vehicle. So it must be, all these things will be coordinated by the software, and car will move. So car is all the accessories will be hardware components, and it must be operated with a software. So it is having a both hardware and software and commercial services also. Next. So this is the chart of how expected growth of since 2022. If you see 147.5% already it is increased. It is a combination of semi and fully autonomous vehicles. And by 2032, people are expecting $4,206 billion US billion dollars expenditure or market value will grow in autonomous vehicle era. Next. So same thing. It is autonomous vehicle has steadily increased over recent years, and by 2025 anticipated expanded to 33,570 units. Next. So this is all about the global statistics of autonomous vehicles. Next. Yeah. So this is what earlier we have discussed. What it is doing is a different operations. Suppose if a vehicle is moving, lane discipline. So it is moving from one lane and it has to transfer. So that particular autonomous vehicle, we have to give the instruction in such a way that it should change the lane from one lane to another lane. If you observe the right side, left side, you can able to see the instructions. It is given lane marker, so that camera and GPS system which will track, it will change from one lane to another lane. That instructions will be given. Next. So this is the original image. Suppose this autonomous vehicle is going on, then it has to capture in front of the vehicles, and where is the signal. You can able to see all on the right side of your pigs. It is capturing the images, and this signal is green, so it has to go. It will identify. Next. So for that, it will capture the image through camera, and it will through sensor, it will identify the distances, and through the computer, it will coordinate, and by that we use a deep learning techniques. So this is the segmentation and recognition unit using the how it is moving. Next. So these are simple instructions you will give. So if you observe your left side, it is giving sky. At sky where building, it will give pole, road, is it a pavement, trees there, sign symbol, fence, car, pedestrian, bicycle. So like this, it will capture all the whatever a driving as a human being, everything will be given as a instruction. Next. So this is what we have earlier discussed. This is a test purpose. They have predicted all these, and light detection ranging LiDAR, using LiDAR. Next. So this is what you can give programming like this. Time, at what time, car, lane marker, sunny, or any shadows. So this particular sunny and shadow and everything. So again, here comes under the renewable energy power. Suppose instead of that, the same thing, if you want to generate the power from the, if it will be replaced with a PV cells, and that power can also be generated and stored across the battery, and we can utilize that particular power also. If you observe it, left side you can able to see all tracking demo, sensor configuration, parking, where it is open loop like that. If you just anyway will share this PPT with you people, you can just have a glance of all this. Next. Yeah, this is what it will train the image, create database, image data store. It is reading all. Next. This is capturing. See, if you observe this particular program, classes. So what it has to capture? Sky, building, pole, road, pavement. So it is given. Accordingly, it is showing that pixels and it is reading that particular image and providing the output. Accordingly, the car will be moved. Next. So this is how it will be utilized all this. Next. If you observe that right side figure, bicycle, it is there, that is showing. Unlikely detect the bicycle. If you observe that signal levels variation is there, so it will detect the roads, one amplitude will set. If it will detect the bicyclist, we have to use. Next. So this is the visualization of all the segments. Next. Next slide. You can all these, you can just go through it. Next. Next. Yeah, all these you just go through the how you will train. So actual, expected, and difference. Then it will both capture. Next. Yeah. So these are the things how it will be. Now we have seen what is the autonomous vehicle consists of and how it will change the directions and how it will be operated. One of the factor to be concentrated is the human factor. When in the development of autonomous vehicle, involvement of human controller can mitigate the data scarcity problem like model training, particularly edge scenarios and safety issues. So human controller is usually control the vehicle or system when we adopt the human in the loop design. So whatever a human being is doing, all that features we are including in a autonomous vehicle. Next. Coming to the strength rather than weakness, we can say as limitations, opportunities, and challenges. Strength of the autonomous vehicles are they reduce the human errors, will enhance the traffic efficiency, and it includes the cost savings. And we can use the advanced AI techniques, and it will comparatively removes or it will reduce the gas house emissions. So environmentally, it is beneficial. Next. Rather than weakness, we can say is limitation. High cost of the heavy technology, and because of all this coordination system, a little complex system, and there is a all this includes the software. Now we can say safety. Suppose if I can say nowadays we say how we are able to say observe the so many cyber threats. Suppose if for a vehicle, who will bear that? So this is one of the limitation. These are the few limitations of autonomous vehicles. Next. These are the opportunities and challenges. So nowadays, the entire globe is moving towards smart cities. So smart city integration is possible with electric and autonomous vehicles growth. And challenges is regulatory gaps. There are legal ambiguities. Suppose if anything is happened, who will bear? How still it is at research level. A lot of challenges are there. Infrastructure limitations and cyber security. Suppose if anything is happened, hacking of the data, or suppose I think you remember that movies of Robo 2.0. So if something is happened like that, who will bear that particular problems? Next. So these are the one of a challenge. Autonomous car needs 2,666 internet users. Nowadays, we know earlier, I won't tell the name, but mobile company, they offered the free internet data. So after that, they are charging a lot once we use it to it. Now autonomous car entire operation needs the internet. So that is a little bit more costly. Next. Yeah, these are the thing. Who pays? Suppose if any crash is there, 2 autonomous cars got crashed. No driver. So who will bear that? Whether vehicle owner or manufacturer or the software, anything is happened. So who will be the bearer for this? So like this, few challenges and limitations are there. Next. So this is how, even though we are generating the renewable power, and this renewable power utilization, we are extending to all these particular electric or autonomous vehicle in transportation sector. It is supporting the growth and environmental friendly transportation system. And as we know, still there are several challenges are there. Even though it is reducing the emissions, enhancing the air quality, and foster resilient systems, still we can say we have to overcome all these limitations which are still pending, and we have to find the solutions for this. Increase the entire systems. Okay, any doubts? So like this, all the sustainable energy solutions by using the renewable energy sources or electrical vehicle, how we are using that renewable, you can able to see nowadays all the malls, even we are having that electrical charging point stations, a simple mall also. There are several places. So still certain challenges are there. How it will be overcome that particular charging stations. Hope one day will come soon. Like everybody, we are charging at our home mobile phones. We hope soon a day will come so that we can charge our electrical vehicles, whether bikes or cars, at our home, so that we will find some solution for all these problems. Thank you, one and all. Any doubts?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Participant.
Can I close?
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you continue, sir.
yeah, ma'am, generally, if you see as the Indian psychology, if a vehicle burns out, they'll say that the EV vehicle, they're getting doubts that because of the battery overheat of our battery because of Indian conditions. So the key challenge is we have the phobia that once the vehicle burns out, the EV vehicle, we don't have the quality batteries like that. We'll get so many speculations. So
Yes.
how
The
to
thing is,
get these
tell me.
challenges out from our Indian mindset?
Yeah, Indian mindset. Actually, what we are doing is nowadays it is a era of YouTube. Everybody, so many people, even mechanic people, they are changing their vehicle into electrical vehicle. Okay, so they don't bother about the ratings. And
Yeah.
if it is a manufactured, if you observe, none of the vehicle manufactured from a company didn't burn. Same psychology with electrical cars also. So people are doing, they will use this without any knowledge. They will put speakers, they will use so many features in that particular car, a four-wheeler, but it is not meant for it. So in those cases only it will happen like that. Have you heard some of the major companies bike has got burnt? Okay, so this is, we are taking the advantage. with half knowledge, without knowing fully about the facts, we are doing our own things. We are including that. So that is the problem actually. So everything, if we follow the specified ratings, and as per the ratings, if we provide that particular circuitry, because electrical circuit board, if you see nowadays everywhere you can able to see convert your bike or a car into electric car. Several companies, people are doing like that. I think recently whatever you have quoted in a Secunderabad, it happened because it is not a manufactured or designed by the company. So it is transforming some without fully knowledge people, they are doing, they are happening like that. That's why.
Yeah, true, ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that should be taken care, because the laws must be stringent so that nobody should do on their own that conversion thing. Like other factors, how they are reducing this also to be noticed and regularized, and stringent some inspections like that. If you have done, if anything, like we can say movie piracy is there, people will vigilance checking will be there. Like that, this particular vehicle setup and everything. And if you think, uh, I'll say people are charging. The charging level when we are using the renewable, still challenges are there. But what is happening is, rather than other, we don't have other options. So simply we have to. So when we are generating the renewable power, but in renewable power also there are a lot of problems and challenges are there. We are replacing a solar PV panel. So that particular solar PV panel, disposal of solar panel, it needs a again environmental issue. And in the efficiency of a solar panel, because dust will be accumulated, the efficiency will be reduced. Still, we need several mechanism to clean that particular solar panel. So wind anyway, it is a limited source. So like this, in few challenges are there, but we don't have other opportunities restricted due to fossil fuel reduction. So we have to depend, we have to found the solution for all these challenges. So the laws must be made very stringent so that nobody will mislead the conversion of vehicles, whether it is a four-wheeler or two-wheeler, to a electrical vehicle. So if you purchase from a manufacturer, it doesn't, there no problem at all.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Madam, how for unsupervised traffic in our country, madam? Is it
Pardon?
advisable autonomous vehicles, madam?
And even in other countries also, the autonomous vehicles are not on roads. It is under testing purpose. No, what we are using is I can say it is a partly, because we are using now, if you see advanced cars, up to certain automation it came. We are using a GPS or Wi-Fi connected vehicles. That also comes under a level 1. Driver, it is assisting. We don't know, nowadays everybody is using this Google Maps. So it is autonomous driver level assistance. It is telling the way. So like in our country, it is a I'll say still in fully automated. Only last month one vehicle tested at US. It is advisable. We are adapting so many technologies. Why not? We will hope, we will say, we will see that also in nearby 1 or 2 decades. Definitely it will be. At least
Okay,
not in a rural, maybe in certain areas. We may suggest.
Okay, madam. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Dear participants, still anyone having any doubts, you can ask now.
Yeah, hello, madam. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, madam, this is a very interesting and very in research point of view, this session is very useful.
Thank you.
Madam, in the coming to the real time,
Hmm.
Is it possible to adopt this autonomous or self-driving car in India?
Definitely. Why not? We are adopting so many advanced technologies. Can you see 3-4 decades back mobile phone? You don't know. Okay, so there are several sectors are there. Slowly, automation is coming in several areas. Now, if you see digital money, can you believe earlier than COVID? If you are going to a pan wala also, they are putting this 5 rupees for 2 rupees. Also, we are utilizing the. Am I right? Digital money.
Yes,
We are sending through UPI payments. Can you believe before 2020 any Google payment or digital payment? So this also we will see so many advancements in TVs or mobile phones in our lifestyle also. So many advances. So we will soon. We hope maybe your generation or your children generation, not fully, at least 20 to 40, up to 40% we can expect within 2 to 3 decades. Before 4 or 5 years back, you don't know about the electrical vehicle. Am I right? Mr. Sugnakar?
yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, madam, I'm audible.
Yeah. So we will hope for this also. Because we didn't know 3 or 4 years back about the UPI payments. Now, even for 2 or 3 rupees, if you say a simple, I think on social media, you can able to see a solar fan and a solar heater to burn conkeys. Like that, there are so many things are happening. So this autonomous vehicle also maybe they not fully extend in a small areas or in metro cities. They may go for some areas. It is possible. Everything is possible. Okay. So I wish all the participants happy learning and live your life lively. Thank you, one and all. Shall I leave, Samyukta?
1
Yeah,
minute.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to our esteemed speaker, Professor Dr. Nagasujata ma'am, for her enlightening presentation on sustainable energy and autonomous e-vehicle and autonomous vehicles. Ma'am, your insights into the integration of renewable energy with autonomous technologies were truly inspiring. You are not only highlighted the potential of sustainable energy in shaping the future of transportation, but also shed light on the challenges and opportunities in implementing autonomous vehicles. On behalf of KG Reddy and on behalf of everyone present here, I sincerely thank you for sharing your expertise and for guiding us with such a clarity and enthusiasm. Your session has undoubtedly left a lasting effect, and we are grateful for the time and effort you dedicated to making it so impactful. Thank you once again, ma'am. And thank you from my side also. And I'm sorry for troubling you, madam. Within short notice, you accepted my invitation. Thank you so much, ma'am. And before leaving, participants, I'm requesting everyone to turn on your web camera. So we'll take one screenshot with ma'am. Please, I'm requesting everyone to turn on your videos. Dheeraj sir, please take a screenshot.
Okay, ma'am.
After completion, please let me know.
Sir, can you send the attendance link? It is disappeared.
Yes, sir. Sure. I'll share attendance and feedback links in the chat box. Give me 2 minutes.
Attendance not completed. Yeah, okay.
After this screenshot, I will share, sir.
Yeah, ma'am, it's done.
Okay, sir. Done.
Okay, Samyukta, can I leave?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Ma'am, shall we start the second session?
Dheeraj sir,
Yeah, ma'am.
Dheeraj sir,
Yeah, ma'am. It's
Dheeraj sir.
yeah, ma'am. Ma'am.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, Samyukta ma'am, go ahead.
Ma'am. Dheeraj sir
Ma'am.
is talking, ma'am. Can you hear him? Samyukta ma'am. Hello. Samyukta ma'am.
I think Udayasri madam is not able to hear.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Dheeraj sir is speaking, but ma'am is unable to connect, I think so.
Just now, madam has stopped the sharing, no? Screen sharing, maybe.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, is it my voice is
So there,
audible?
yes, ma'am.
Dheeraj sir, please.
madam, it is audible.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Please introduce second speaker profile. Sir is in line.
Yeah, please share that slide, Dheeraj once.
Okay, ma'am.
1 second,
Share
sir.
the
I'll
slide and then we can start introducing the speaker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll share. Give me a minute. I'll share.
Yes, ma'am. It is
I hope
appearing
it's
now.
visible, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Make it full screen. Yeah, now it is full screen.
Yes, sir. Please, Dheeraj sir, please introduce.
Okay. So welcome to all for today's session 2 on sustainable agriculture and food systems. And today's our session speaker is Dr. Ayodiji Olalekan Salau. Hearty welcome, sir. Dr. Ayodiji Olalekan Salau received a bachelor engineering degree in electrical computer engineering from Federal University of Technology, Nigeria. He received his MSc PhD degrees in electronic and electrical engineering from Obafemi Awolowo University, Nigeria. He is registered professional engineer with the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria and a member of International Association of Engineers. Dr. Salau serves as a reviewer for numerous reputable international journals and is a co-chair and technical program committee member for various conferences. Dr. Salau has co-authored about 125 articles in a number of reputable international conference, book series, and major international journals. He has authored 3 books. His interests include research in fields of computer vision, image processing, signal processing, machine learning, and power system electronics. He is the recipient of the quarterly Franklin membership given in 2020 by the editorial board of London Journal Press for top quality research. In addition, Dr. Salau paper was awarded the best paper of the year 2019 Cogent Engineering. Furthermore, he is the recipient of the International Research Award on New Science Inventions under the category of Best Research Award given by the Science Father in 2020. He is the recipient of the International Best Researcher Award given by the ISSN International Science and Technology Awarding Body in 2022. He also awarded the Young Scientist Award by the International Research Awards on Science, Technology and Management INSO in 2022. Also, he was awarded the Best Researcher Award for the year 2020 to 2022 by the Chancellor of Afe Babalola University, Nigeria. Dr. Salau is among the most productive researchers in Nigeria. But presently, Dr. Salau works at Afe Babalola University in Department of Electrical, Electronics and Computer Engineering. Thank you, sir. So now I'm requesting you to continue from here, sir. Now I'm handing the session to our speaker, Dr. Ayodiji.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Actually, there was a little mix-up. My topic of presentation is renewable energy and climate change, which aligns with your faculty development program on harnessing sustainable energy for climate resilience. Thank you. I really appreciate your introduction. Now, introducing this topic, I had the last speaker and she made a lovely presentation on electric vehicles, which is one of the trending technologies nowadays. But basically, let's have a look back on what has caused this need for this new change. Now, when we look at industrialization, increase in the number of increase in population, we find out that there's a need now as a result of industries, number of vehicles on the roadways, and these vehicles are using energy, so as the industries are using energy. So there's a need now, and this is causing fossil fuels and polluting our environment, especially the ozone layer, green layer. So now, this has brought now the trend for the need for renewable energy sources. And renewable energy sources most likely are more sustainable than our fossil fuels and other forms of energy. So this has brought me to come up and talk about this topic, which is a very interesting topic of how fossil fuels has caused climate change and the need why we need renewable energy. Before this time, I've been introduced, so I just go down into the presentation. Now, basically, the greenhouse gases forms a layer which comprises of water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, which houses the ozone greenhouse ozone layer. And now, whenever there's a depletion of this ozone layer, it causes so much effect on the earth. Now, as a result of this, we have global warming, which is one of those effects. And this global warming, acid rain, and so many other effects like that. Over the years, I did a review of where this report, where they state a report on how this has caused so much challenge. And in that, we look at from 11 out of 12 years have seen that there has been record high in the use of fossil fuels. And this has caused the need for so much research in that area. Then also we look at frequent precipitation and increase in temperature, drought, and all that. Now, this particular graph shows us the portions of various forms of energy which are being in use. And then we can see from this that we have oil being the highest because of our vehicles, because of the need to run generators, etc. Then coming second is the is the coal, which is normally used, combustion engines, etc., and then gas, and then renewable energy coming, since it's just a new trend, coming the least amongst these. Now, where are these energy sources being used? They are being used in the commercially, they are being used in our residential, in our industries, and for transportation. As the previous speaker spoke on electric vehicles, the use of electric vehicles to stop this depletion of the ozone layer, which is one of the trends nowadays. And then we look at also how we can reduce, because we can't just totally eradicate, right, this phenomenon, but we can just reduce it to the barest minimum. You know, it will take a very long time before we have solars on every building. You know, then we change maybe most of the devices to solar-based or wind-based devices. So it's going to take a gradual time. Now, looking at this now, we can see what's happening when we're having bush burning. So that also depletes the ozone layer. Industrialization, that also depletes the ozone layer, etc. Then also our vehicles. Now, this bar chart shows greenhouse gas emissions. And then in this, we can see that the least we have there is wind, which gives us the least. Then the highest, we have lignite. Then after that, we have coal and oil. So these are the ones that give the most, causes greenhouse effect, especially when used with various equipment. So now this graph shows a pictorial view of the whole world and how these greenhouse components, these factors that affect the greenhouse, have been able to change the climate in terms of the temperature. So you can see that the more reddish areas are the more areas that have been affected. You can see South North America, then upper parts of Asia have been affected by these greenhouse effects. Now, why do we need renewable energy? This now is a very, very important topic, very important question, because most people in most countries, especially with the emergence of the new US president, who now has decided to go out of the climate deal of the whole world, which invariably is his own decision. But if now people can see the benefit and the need for renewable energy sources, maybe they will have an alternative view to this. So now it's a viable, number one here, it's a viable alternative. Now, when we look at the fossil fuels generators, you see, when you are running generators, even in the house, so you can see how much noise it produces. But with this renewable energy, such as solar, you find that there is noiseless. So it's a viable alternative. Then environmental concerns. Most of the fossil fuels and other energy sources that are not renewable energy, they cause environmental concerns, greenhouse effects, global warming, pollution in our environments, which also lead to acid rain, etc. Then then the fossil fuels basically are more expensive, and this is why now the lean towards renewable energy. Basically, people are more in tune with anything that is affordable. Now, also we have then increased range of technologies. Now, this renewable energy, for instance, if you look at the solar, you can see how the technology is increasing, and then you can see how long, for instance, if you have good storage capabilities, how long it can last. And as I've said before, renewable energy is becoming very cheaper because the more the production, and at least the less the price. But invariably, for instance, in my country, that's not really how it is. Although it's a bit affordable, but not so affordable. So I guess with time that will change. So now a successful renewable energy project. Now, if we want to, how will I say, do a renewable energy project, what are the pointers to show that this renewable energy project is viable and is needed? So number one, links with the society. That is, it has societal benefits. It benefits the society. That's number one. Number two, it is reliable and sustainable, which is one of the key points of your faculty development program. Reliable and sustainable. Then it's economically viable, which I've talked about before, that it's something that is affordable to all. Now, so what are the likely alternatives of this? We know that the various sources of renewable energy. We have solar, which can be obtained from the sunlight. We have wind energy, which can also be generated by our wind turbines. We have geothermal energy, we have biomass, etc. So others I've listed here. Let's take a look. Photovoltaic, that is PV energy. That is, then the next one we have here is solar thermal energy, and then hydropower, which is generated from our hydropower dams, etc. So here we have just a distribution of the various energy sources from 1995 to 2007, the renewable energy sources, and we can see a sharp increase from that time in the use of renewable energy. So now, what are the constraints? What are the factors that that might lead to constraint in the use of renewable energy? So let's look at in terms of financial, we have sources of finances. Maybe we don't have enough finances, right, to be able to acquire these renewable energy sources, their devices, etc. Then we have limited access to equity and others also. Then when we look at the institutional and the regulatory framework, for instance, the aspects, we have lack of capacity to develop, then operate these projects, and we have lack of sound renewable energy policies. If there are no renewable energy policies for that country, then it begins to affect the sale and importation of these renewable energy sources. Then weak implementation of the UNESCO Clean Development Mechanism. And there also. Now, this is a typical example of, you know, a renewable energy source, which I showed an Indian there. You can see success stories of wind turbines. You can see also this electric vehicles also. Solar PVs on top of rooftops. So now some of the international organizations working on renewable energy, we have the World Wind Energy Association. Also, we have the International Renewable Energy Agency, International Renewable Energy Alliance, which is a strong partner in many organizations. And also we have the American Council for Renewable Energy. So in conclusion, the consequences of climate change are soon beyond control. Renewable energies can already guarantee complete affordable climate compatible coverage over our energy requirements. The wider public is not being, they are not satisfied according to the use of these fossil fuels. So thank you so much for listening. Hello, are you with me?
Yeah, we are there with you, sir. It's done, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You.
Dheeraj, sir, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can.
Participants,
Good.
do you have any doubts, please?
I'm thinking that maybe it's the network.
Dear participants, I hope you have listened the.
Sir, could you please share any example with this In your university, have you implemented any?
Yes,
Projects.
basically we have now. Basically we have now some departments which are using renewable energy sources. For instance, the dean's office is being powered by solar fully, and then some HODs are now using these solar PVs as student projects, basically to develop that for the faculty, for the college. Then also in other universities, for instance, University of Ibadan, they won a World Bank project to install solar for the whole university. So that's I know. But in my university, as I said, there are some faculties that are adopting solar at the moment. As I speak to you, even me, in my house, I'm using solar fully. So I'm off grid. So, yeah. Then also more recently, we've started the electric vehicle project, but that's just a miniature project. We are trying to use this tricycle, not tricycle. What do I call? There's a name they call it in my country, Keke Napep, but I think they call it Rajab. You know those type of vehicles that have 3 legs. So there's a carcass which we are trying to use to develop an electric vehicle. That's a college project. I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Yes, yes,
Hello,
sir.
sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Which type of renewable energy is
Yes.
famous in Nigeria, sir? Either solar or wind, sir?
Sorry,
Hello.
can you? Yes, I can hear you.
Sir, which type of renewable energy is famous in Nigeria? Either solar energy or wind energy, sir?
It's solar. Basically, it's solar. You know, we are in the sub-Saharan Africa, so that's one of our strengths, sunlight. Only in areas around the riverine areas do we use wind turbines. But basically, because Nigeria is in sub-Saharan Africa, so that's where we have enough sunlight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, any student chapter is there, sir, on this solar and renewable energy in the university? So how can is it these projects are in the curriculum, or how can you are implementing this project?
No. Okay, basically, for instance, let me give you, I'm an associate professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. So it's part of our field, anything that has to do with energy power, that is in the area of power systems engineering. So it's then with the new trends in technology. So basically, we try to develop, how will I say, new technologies in any area that is trending. So basically, it's some of the projects that most of our academics in the faculty are working on. Working on renewable energy projects, not even only solar, but also wind. Okay, I'll give you a good example. Last year, one of my students at the college level won the national prize for a wind turbine project. So that to show you that we are also keen to align our research to the Sustainable Development Goals, of which energy is one of them. Sustainable energy and clean energy is one of them. I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Yes, yes, sir. Sir, if
Thank you.
any student, thank you, sir. Sir, if any student want to do this project under power systems or all, so it's almost the high cost. For example, if wind, if they want to do any practical, they has to go to the wind farms and all. It's a costly, it involves a budget. So is there any funding opportunities for the students the university will provide, or it will collaborate? Actually, I'm also into this wind energy, so I'm unable to get some funding for my research. Is there any opportunity?
ఉంచుకోవడం అనేది మంచిది.
Like there's sound
Any
at the back.
opportunities with your university to collaborate?
Yes, I'm really appreciative. It's a very I'm open to collaboration. I thank you so much. In terms of research funding, it's a somewhat thing, because basically here for such a project we do a sort of group project. So it's not just one student that is going to take such a project. For instance, if we want to do 5 kVA inverter to power our labs, for instance, it's not going to be just one student. It can be like we can assign 10 students to such a project. So, you know, such students will now use their funding, because it's a partially a requirement for the fulfillment of their degree. So they will use part of their funding. That is one alternative. Then two, the second alternative is that if the project is really novel, because the chancellor of my university is really interested. If the project is novel in the area of renewable energy, I'm not talking of all these existing technologies. If it's really novel, our chancellor will put money down. He normally funds those projects. I hope I've been able to answer you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Dear
Thank you.
participants, if you have any questions.
ఏంటి మడుతుందేటా ఏమైంది?
Sir, actually here we are working on this Sustainable Development Goal 7 related to affordable and clean energy.
Good. That's commendable.
Yes, sir. And also some other 3-4 SDGs related to this infrastructure development and all. So we are happy to collaborate with the university to work
a wonderful idea.
Yes, sir. So I'm
And
into the wind.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Please tell.
Yeah. So even if assuming my profile has been shown before this faculty development program speech, you would have seen I've collaborated with more than 50 Indians, and have collaborations cutting across so many countries in the UK, the US, Ethiopia, India, my country, and so many other countries like that. It will be a great honor for us to apply for research grants funding, because that's the new wave now, especially when we have cross universities, cross country. Most granting funding bodies always love such a situation whereby you have a collaboration between 2 or more universities across the world, especially doing multi-interdisciplinary research. So thank you. So it will be a great honor. Maybe I will just leave my number on the chat.
Yes, sir. Sure. And also, if any funding proposal is open from your country, or if you are working for cross countries, please let me know, sir. I'll also happy to part of that.
Okay, that would be great, man. Surely I will.
Otherwise, please share it with me, sir. I'll share in the chat box your number. No.
Okay, I'm trying to do that now. I'm trying to send your number.
Dear participants, if you have any questions, otherwise we'll close the session. So if you are having any questions, please let resource person know that.
Also, I'm open to collaborations, especially in the area of power systems engineering, signal processing. My core areas are in the area of the use of artificial intelligence. I've shared my phone number on the chat box. Maybe I can put my country code. Let me.
Yes, sir. It is visible. Yes.
So it will be a great honor to collaborate with you. I've had a very nice experience working with Indians. They are very, very industrious people. So it would be a great honor to work with, to further keep on working with you, Indians.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, Dheeraj, sir,
Yes, ma'am.
please share out of thanks. And
Definitely.
dear participants, if anyone having any doubts, you can ask now. Otherwise, we are going to close the session, but don't leave the Zoom. We are giving instructions as tomorrow is a final day for FDP. We are having small instructions to tell you. So please wait for a few minutes. Dheeraj sir, please say vote of thanks to resource person, and all of you please turn on your camera to take a screenshot.
On climate change gives us a. Ma'am, please.
Maybe after the screenshot, I could say one or two things also.
Dheeraj sir, after completion of screenshot, let me know.
I'll start the video for a while. Yeah, ma'am, it's done.
Okay, sir. Sir, Dr. Salu,
Yes.
sir, you are telling something. Yes.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the faculty for setting up this faculty development program, which is meant to educate, provide resources to the faculty. I see so many erudite scholars, when we're asked to turn on our camera. So I really appreciate you. In terms of, for instance, if you have PhD scholars that want to do their VIVA, the external examination, you can call on me. I've reviewed over 600 papers. If you check my Publum, my Web of Science, that is verified. I'm the editor of 18 journals. And then I have over 280 papers worldwide. So I'll be so happy to be the external examiner for your students. I do that for Amity University. I know their chancellor. I do that for Savita University. I'll be happy to do it for your university also. Thank you so much.
Dheeraj sir?
Sir,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you so much, sir.
Can you hear me?
Dheeraj sir, please continue.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you for your
Thank you, Dr. Solu, sir. I hope we'll be in touch with you regarding this work, and also whenever required, we'll take help from your end for regarding the paper publications. At the same time, when you're writing the sustainable environment or sustainable development of or EV vehicles, the theme based on that, we will collaborate and we'll work on that. And also, I request participants to be a part of this collaboration. If you are interested or working in that area, I'll share Salo sir email so that you can be in contact with him and you can utilize these opportunities as international faculty from Nigeria. So it's better if we can have the collaboration and we can progress our work related to its domain specific, so that we can interact and we can collaborate, and futurely we can publish few papers, and also we collaborate in research area. And thank you, Salu sir, and thank you from our FDP. Yeah, Samikta ma'am, anything?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So the same point what you mentioned, sir. If any participant interested in working on this power systems and climate change and sustainability, so they can ping us, so we can form a separate WhatsApp group, and now onwards we can work on with the collaboration of research. Thank you, Professor Salu sir. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation. Definitely, I'm looking
always
forward to working with you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A pleasure.
Thank you, sir. So, dear participants, we have some instructions for final day program. So almost we came to end for the program FDP. Tomorrow it is the last day for our FDP. So it is going to start from 2 o'clock. So I'm informing everyone to join 2 o'clock sharply, and we are having 3 sessions. After that, you are having exam for the certification and final feedback form. Everyone should complete to get a certificate. Everyone should complete and pass that exam, and 80% attendance is a mandatory. So I am requesting everyone to join tomorrow from 2 o'clock and inform to others also. And while filling the Google form and final feedback form, you have to upload a 1 minute video in the Google form link. So please complete that video by today itself, so that it's easy for you to upload tomorrow, because tomorrow only is the last date to complete the form. So if you are not having a time after the sessions to complete that video, so in this platform, I am requesting everyone to complete a 1 minute video and be ready with that video, so that in tomorrow's Google form you can upload. To get a certificate, this 1 minute video and exam is mandatory. So I'm requesting once again, everyone should join by 2 p.m. Thank you from my side. Participants, if you have any doubts and questions, you can ask in the WhatsApp group or here. Jayhari sir, any point to add, sir, for tomorrow's session?
Yeah, the same points, ma'am. As you said, the participant from the same colleges who have missed out any session, tomorrow is a very important session where they have to be in the part of the program from 2 o'clock, and we'll give this examination at any given point of time. So we don't know exactly when it will be. So during that session hours or after that, we'll see and we'll pose the questions. So I request inform your colleagues and your friends who have registered for this FDP. They should log in and do that question answers and submit it as per the time frame. After that, again, sir, we missed the exam and please post means it's highly difficult for us to also to maintain this system. So it's just I'm requesting every participant. I'm very much thankful. Patiently, you are waiting from 6 to 9, and so I request who are have done and tomorrow the same spirit should maintain so that we can have this session with positively we can close and so that all exams can be done the question and answers in the stipulated time. So this is a main part. So we are again requesting from the coordinator and the co-coordinator for this FDP. Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Requesting, please don't forget to prepare a 1-minute video. Don't extend the video more than 1 minute. It will not take again. So just a feedback of testimonial type, only 1-minute video of everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sir, shall we close for today? Participants, if you have any questions, let me know here. Otherwise, we'll close the session for today. So I will wait for 2 to 3 minutes. So if no questions, then I'll conclude the meeting. Thank you. Second session attendance and feedback is also posted in the chat. So if anyone is waiting to that, please complete.
Samyukta madam, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. Tell me.
Actually, I have one doubt, madam. You
Sir.
told just now, you told a 1-minute video. So
Yes,
what's
sir.
that? I did not understand. What's that video?
Your feedback, sir. Your feedback about the FDP. You have to
Okay.
record a 1-minute video type, sir.
Okay. So
This,
about total FDP. So for all sessions.
yes, sir.
Okay,
Within a
madam.
minute. This time they have introduced newly, sir, Atal FDP portion.
Okay.
They are asking testimonial from each participant.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
So in a drive we have to share. So that's fine.
Okay, madam. Thank
But
you.
please be within the 1-minute limit, sir.
Oh, sure, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Still, participants, if you have any doubts, please let me know and don't wait for tomorrow. So maybe from 2 to 5, 5:30, we'll give questionnaire at any time. So try to be available from 2 o'clock tomorrow. And at the end, there is a Telangana State Innovation Cell presentation is also there. So I asked them to give some collaborations and funding for engineering colleges. So they are going to explain about that. It's going to be interesting end. So please request all the participants to be available. And also inform your friends or colleagues, whoever joined with you, whoever registered with you. Without writing exam, we can't get any certificate. So I hope everybody knows it.
Hello, please, madam. Please
Sir.
post the timings of the program. Please post the timings of the program in WhatsApp group so that we can join immediately. We are engaged in various works. Please post the timings.
Yes, sir. It's from 2 p.m., sir. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. It's a final day, 2 p.m. It's already scheduled shared, but I'll share again, sir. Tomorrow morning, I'll share again.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay, sir.
Ma'am, hello.
Sir.
Hello.
Prasad, sir, tell me, sir.
Ma'am, is it a audio recording file of the feedback?
If possible, video, sir. Otherwise, audio is also okay, but possibly video.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, then.
We asked
Thank you.
video, not only. So give a phone to someone to record for 1 minute.
Okay.
30 seconds
thank
to
you.
40 seconds, that is also fine.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am, for the session. Yeah.
Yes, if you have anyone having any questions, If you forgot to ask now, you can post in the WhatsApp group. At least we started this WhatsApp group for this FDP, but no one discussed anything in the WhatsApp. So at least for tomorrow program, if you have any doubts, you can ask in the WhatsApp group. So as of now, I'm concluding the session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Shiva, we can close the session. Shari?
Madam, I'll call and I'll tell him.
Okay, okay, sir.